Alright guys, we are going to go ahead and play some Resident Evil 2 today. That is what we are going to do. Knock ourselves out on this bad boy. Let's go ahead and hit continue. Let her load up. And see what happens. Okay. This game is... Okay, we're going to start off with this. This game is very well nuanced. I want you guys to hear this little cutscene.
Freeze! I'll shoot!
This game is very well nuanced. This game's very well nuanced. It's very well balanced. It runs well on pretty much anything. It runs well on pretty much potato. I mean, I recently upgraded my system RAM to 16 gigs, which is really honestly not even needed based on the research I've done. You only need about probably 8 gigs of RAM. But yeah, it's a great game. You know, I could just say that, but I'm gonna go into detail. This is actually a pretty detailed review I'm gonna do right here with you guys. Gonna do a detailed review for you guys. All right. So you see that outdated mechanic right there? See that grid pattern, that outdated mechanic? That's one reason why I'm going to go ahead and downrate the game by a little bit. Not by a lot, but just by a little bit. It's an excellent game. It plays well, it runs well, it's very well optimized on a lot of hardware and a lot of software. But I will say, one thing about this game is that it's just man, like, there's a lot of backtracking, and it's got outdated mechanics in a sense. I mean, they're not fully outdated mechanics, but they are quite outdated mechanics. I mean, it is a great game, don't get me wrong. I love it. I've been playing it for hours, and the reason why I'm in the beginning of the game is because I had to recently reinstall my operating system on a solid state drive because I wanted better boot times. And when I did that, I lost a lot of my games and a lot of my saves. So I had to start all over again. But I thought I should, do a quick review of this game and kind of let you guys know what I thought about it. And I think it's an excellent game. I think it's very well optimized. That's what gets me. The optimization on this game is incredible. It blows my mind. I mean, I'm running a 560 4 gig. It's incredible. I just don't. It blows my mind how it even runs on here. I'm running at ultra settings. 1080p. I mean, I know that's not really much to brag about anymore, but I'm not bragging. I'm just stating a fact. I'm running at ultra settings, 1080p. I'm probably getting about 30 frames a second. I'm getting some pretty decent, I'm getting some pretty hard frame rate drops. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, there's pretty solid frame rate drops and pretty heavy stutter as well. But other than that, I mean, this thing, it runs like a champ, and this is a modern game. I mean, hats off to Capcom. I mean, they did a good job on this game. I will say that. And you're like, why is he running in this one little area? I'm running in this one little area because this is what I want to do. This is the area that seems to really put a lot of stress on my GPU and CPU. This is what I want to do. I mean, I only have a 4-core CPU with four threads. I have 4 cores and 4 threads. It has an idle clock of 3.5 gigahertz and a boost clock of 3.7 gigahertz. So it's not exactly gonna blow the world away. So that's why I gotta make sure it runs somewhat decent. That's why I like to run around in this area, because the fog effects and the particle effects in this area tend to make my GPU and CPU stutter and struggle quite a bit. So that's kind of why I wanted to stick around in this area for this review. But I mean, man, I will say the mechanics are quite responsive. They are quite responsive. I will say that. It's a great game. I was going to rate it a 10 out of 10, but it's not a 10 out of 10. There's a lot of backtracking. It has quite outdated mechanics as far as storing your items and things like that. So it's definitely not a 10 out of 10. I gave Project Cars a 9.5 out of 10 because Project Cars was freaking awesome. The only thing that held Project Cars back was the fact that it did not have enough cars for being a car simulator. The thing for this game that holds it back just a little bit is the backtracking and the outdated mechanics. It's going to get a 9.5 out of 10. It's going to get about the same rating as Project Cars, because they both have their little drawbacks. Like I said, nothing's perfect, but they're both going to be a 9.5. So, and that's what I'm going to stick with. I really wanted to give this game a 10 out of 10, but I can't. I just can't. This is just not there. It's just not there. It's close. It's so close to a 10 out of 10. I love it. I love the original. I played Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube. I played it on the PS2. I actually beat it on the PS2. And I enjoyed it. I loved it a lot. I know, who Leon S. Kennedy is, and all that. And I love the lore and I love everything about it. This is awesome. It's an awesome game, man. But it's just not quite a 10 out of 10. It's a 9.5 out of 10. That's going to be my final rating for this game. Like, subscribe. Please leave comments so I can know how I can improve my videos. And you guys, happy holidays. Yep.
What's going on, guys? Just wanted to say there was a little bit of latency in this recording, and the reason why that is because it's not because of my hardware. It was more because of the video editing software. The video editing software does take some processing power in itself to run, so it may look a little bit more laggy than the actual gameplay was. The actual gameplay was probably running more around 30-35 frames a second. So I thought you guys should probably, know that little tidbit and that little fact. And like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and let me know how I can improve. Once again, video editing software does take quite a bit of processing power away, especially if you have a slightly lower powered rig such as mine. I'm going to be upgrading this rig soon, hopefully to a more powerful graphics card, hopefully an 8 gig 580